Hey, welcome to your weekly training. Super excited to be here today. I'm going to be sharing some acquisition strategies that I'm working on with my students. So every week we gather here to have a little training, make announcements, go over creative strategies. If you submitted a deal, we're reviewing deals. So you're free to ask questions. Just go ahead and post them in the live chat right here. And I'm happy to answer them. So the more questions I get, I don't want you guys stuck out there, right? So ask your questions so you can move to the next level. All right, so that's what we're here for every week. A little bit of training, a little bit of Q&A. And don't forget that Christine is in the DMs with you. So if you are looking for any kind of particular training, reach out to her or make a post so she could see you, and Christine will get that specific training for you. So let us know where you're stuck and we will get that training for you. I cover wholesale, fix and flip, buy and hold money lending. These are my specialties. This is what I do. And it is the only 4 things you could actually choose to do in real estate investing. Everything else is a derivative of one of those 4. So my whole purpose of these trainings is to empower you to take control of your future, to retire when you desire, right? That's why you're in this group, to get started and retire when you desire. So with that being said, I first want to welcome a few new people that has come into the group. We've had quite a few lately, and just recently we had welcome Emily, Vicky, Claire, and Marjorie. Those are our latest peeps to step in and learn the strategies and way that I teach here, which is unlike any other place I've seen anyways, and heard a lot from all of you. I've been on many calls with some of you, and I know that you're getting way more through this trainings than pretty much any program out there. So, and the reason I do this is because I've paid hundreds of thousands of dollars in trainings and got no coaching. So I'm trying to give you a little snippet of what my coaching could be like for you if you want to take it to the next level. Or take these individually and apply them yourself. Okay, so either way, this is a blessing to everybody in the group, all of my students. And right now, I want to go over what my students are doing right now. We're doing an acquisition challenge. Okay, and an acquisition challenge is basically acquiring properties. So let me see if I can pull this up here and make sure that I see you. All right, I could see you in the, because I can't answer your questions if I can't see the chat. Peeps to step in. Super, so if you're live, go ahead and do #live or #replay. Let me know you're here, wave hi so we can see you. But we're here every Wednesday at 2:30 Eastern Standard Time with a little training and Q&A if there is time for that. So it's just about 20 minutes to a half hour, depending on what we're training on. So it's a nice bite-sized piece for you to take and move forward. Okay, I don't know what your plan is. If I've given you a plan in the past, hopefully this will add to it to have more structure. Otherwise, we should probably get on a call and make you a plan. Then it shortens the time frame of acquiring property. So if you have a plan and you stick to it, it shortens the time frame of when you're going to actually acquire property, which is how I help my clients to close on property around 90 days, plus or minus, right? So it depends on their schedule, depends on so many things, but the system is laid out. And once you follow the system, it's pretty easy to rinse and repeat. So this is what I have my clients going through right now, is an acquisitions challenge. They are set up with a list of motivated sellers. They have script that they're writing out that's specific to them. And I'm reviewing it and tweaking it so that they get a better response rate. And they're putting aside specific time, being consistent in their calendar. So it's just 3 simple steps of getting prepared and having the tools laid out for you. Okay, and then when are you going to do it? All right, so having the tools laid out, when are you going to do it? Put it on your calendar. Okay, so if you put it on your calendar, it makes it tried and true. And don't just say I'm doing real estate. Do calling these 5 people. Okay, be specific, or these 10, or these 20, or this 100. Whatever your time frame is for you to call a certain amount of people, put that in your calendar. Make it a go-to Monday thing that you do, or 3 times a week thing that you do. Okay, so you have the gas pedal to go as fast or slow as you want. Getting a hold of leads, those of you that have been through my 5-day challenge know that you can find leads in multiple areas. One of the fastest paths is through Property Radar, which is what I have my clients get through and grab a hold of a list right away. And this is what puts them on the fast track to closing property quickly. Okay, so first thing, motivated sellers. What is a motivated seller? Just so that we're clear, it's somebody that needs help with their real estate. They are in some sort of pickle. Okay, so when you guys see an address and you're like, hey, I wonder if this is a good deal, and you try and churn the numbers and churn the numbers, and you're like, I don't know if this is a good deal or not. Don't do the numbers first. Call the seller and get the story. Okay, so what I help my clients do is we create a deal according to the story of the seller. And if you don't know what the story is, it's hard to make the offer. Okay, you can't just go just off numbers alone. It's off what the seller needs. So I've had investors come to me and go, what difference does it make about their story? It makes all the difference in the world. So it cuts down on the time of you analyzing this deal when you don't even know what you're doing because you have analysis paralysis. All your answers are when you get on the call with the seller. So do that first, okay? And don't spend your time in analysis paralysis. Once you know what the seller wants, needs, what their pickle is, then you can analyze the property, which we go over in our trainings to start with the pretty numbers, deduct everything, and then you know your max purchase price around about what it should be. Now, if you do a creative offer, you might be able to offer a little bit higher, okay? Just so you know, there's ways of helping them to say yes to your offer and being dynamic with it, not just cut cold, hey, I need the lowest price possible. It doesn't always work that way, which is where a lot of wholesalers leave money on the table. It doesn't always have to be the lowest price. Do the numbers have to make sense? Well, of course. Yes, they'll have to make sense, but they'll make sense according to the story. Okay, and I know I probably just confused you there, but if you get the story of the seller, you'll know what to offer. We'll leave it at that. A motivated seller is what we're talking about. It is somebody that wants to sell, needs to sell, that you need to know how much they're looking to get for it. Let them ask first or state first. I need 100 grand for this property. Okay, great. You know it's worth 80. And then you work from there. Okay. Some of the questions that you'll need to ask them are, is there a loan on the property? What repairs have you done? And again, why are you selling? You might have to ask that a few times. Now, we do a whole separate negotiations session on that, but asking around 5 to 7 times about why they're selling, I mean, not annoyingly, right? But asking 5 to 7 different times in a way of curiosity. Tell me again why you're selling. Like, just be curious, and you'll realize once you're having this conversation with them that they've kind of changed their why after about the 4th or 6th time you've asked. Okay, it's a deeper why. Most of the time, you're going to get surface why. And here's the caveat to all of this. If you're speaking to a realtor and leveraging a realtor, it's really difficult to get the why. So going direct to seller makes it easier. Okay, going direct to seller makes it easier. So you want to know how long they've lived there, what repairs have they done. Motivated sellers are someone in, like I said, duress, and that could be pre-foreclosure. That could be a divorce. That could be they need to relocate, they need to move. So many different reasons. So finding out those motivated sellers is key. It could be a disgruntled landlord. Again, the lists are endless. Lots of opportunity to find motivated sellers. Okay, so once you get a hold of a list, so that's the first thing, getting a list of motivated sellers, creating the script. Now it's going to be according to why they're motivated. Is it because they're in pre-foreclosure? Are you offering them resources? Is it because they're a disgruntled landlord? So you change your script according to what the issue is. All right. And don't just call, and please don't use robodialing. All right. Nobody answers the robodial. I don't even answer my phone. So I'm sure you guys don't answer yours. But why would anyone expect to answer for your call, right? If you're using robodial, they want to talk to a human being. So be a human being to them. And you're like, Joanna, but how do I do 100 and 200 calls a day? Okay, do 20 calls and be a human and follow up. Hey, this is Joanna. I'm calling. I'm interested in the purchase of 123 Main Street. Or I'm interested in this area. Do you know anyone who's selling, if you want to be vague? Okay, so make it a simple yes or no answer. They don't want to have to explain themselves or call. Don't say, call me at this number. They don't want to call. Nobody wants to get on the phone. So do a text follow-up. This is key, all right? So once you have your motivated seller, you got your script, and now the thing is to put it on your calendar, okay? It's just 3 simple steps that you rinse and repeat. Once you've exhausted the list, then you're rinsing and repeating, okay? So being consistent is key, and please don't just think because you called them one time and they didn't answer that it's a dead lead. Okay, you might have to follow up a few times, 3 or 4 times. Hey, did you get my message? Hey, just circling back. Okay, are you okay? I didn't get a response. Whatever, be fun with it, okay? Don't be annoying and send 50 text messages. Hey, are you gonna respond or what? Don't do that. It's all good. So just a few messages. They're not gonna respond, they're not gonna respond, move on. This is why we get a bucket of leads to go through, not just one, because we can't rely on that one. And some people might feel, I don't know, like, well, I didn't get that one. I don't know how to move forward. You know, I've seen that analysis before, right? Like just the paralysis of like, well, what do I do? They said no, move to the next one. Move to the next one. If you have to circle back and follow up with them, then do that. So you have your list of getting motivated of what to do for your acquisitions, right? Getting a hold of a list of motivated sellers, creating the script according to the story, being consistent, put it on your calendar and be consistent on call. You know, 5, 10, 20, 100, whatever it is for you. Again, you have the gas pedal, go as slow as fast as you want. Call and follow up with a text. Okay. And if you're just starting out, please don't do mailers. Do not do mailers. I don't care how sexy some things seemed. You have to do at least 5 to 7 mail outs of 500 a piece to get one deal. And you'll be lucky to get one deal. Okay. Or to get one response back, not even a deal. So a lot of that just goes straight in the trash when people mail things. So you'll see advanced investors saying they do a mail out because they spend $10,000 a month on it, approximately. So know that you have to have that kind of cash to put it out there. So there's better ways, there's easier ways, there's going through social media. There's so many easier ways than mail out to get a hold of the seller. Okay. And so I think it was Kamiko, like her 4th call, she's already talking to a seller. So we just tweaked her messaging just a little bit, and she's already talking to a seller. So super excited for her on that. And usually nobody gets it by the 4th call. It's usually like 7, 10, or even more. So by her 4th call, she has a seller calling her back. So, and setting another time to communicate. The other thing that you could do for marketing is using our REI lead generator system. And so it's a plug and play system where it's you buy houses, you get a URL and you plug it into the REI lead generator business in a box system that I have and that my students are using, and it makes you look like a professional right out of the gate. It says you buy houses, your name, buys houses. It has my credibility on it, and push for a cash offer. It has all the stuff in the back office that takes you step by step. So you're never guessing which step that you're on with that seller. You get to move to the next step, make the offers that are irresistible offers to be able to close on more deals. And those of you that are wholesaling could use it. There's a smart list. You can put all your end buyers, and just with a click of a button, you can email the package out to all of those end buyers for that area or for that type of property. So it's very business in a box, plug and play, and it makes it simple to do real estate investing. It leverages your time because it's a like an accountability partner and a personal assistant all in one. So it does automatic follow-up. So you have your website, your CRM. It has text capability, so you can call right from the system and text right from the system. Have a virtual assistant do all of that for you, even if you wanted to. So it's all right there for you to manage. Okay, it's not in an Excel spreadsheet here or something there, or it's all a business in a box that you need to do real estate investing. So it's pretty powerful. But definitely have a follow-up system. And here's why. Sometimes sellers aren't ready when you call them at that moment. I use the analogy of nicking yourself with a razor. Okay, you don't know you need a new razor until you nick yourself. You're like, I gotta go find a new razor, or at least replace the blades, right? That's kind of their situation. They're not quite nicked yet to go look for support. So your timing might be off a little bit on that motivated seller. So make sure to follow up. All right. Even if you do get a hold of them, they're like, well, I'm trying to do A, B, and C. Okay, great. Let me know how that goes. Do you mind if I follow up in 30 days, 60 days, whatever it is, right? Yeah, absolutely. Not a problem. I'm going to try and do this first. Great. Let me know if I can support you. Just shoot me a text. And so make sure you follow up with that person, because a lot of times they don't have what it takes to clean that up, especially someone in pre-foreclosure. If they're getting a loan or it's just a Band-Aid for the real problem. Okay, so always circle back with those because they might be ready later. All right, so hopefully this has been helpful for you. Ask your questions inside the chat. I'll be happy to answer them. But just to recap, for the acquisition challenge that my students are doing, and you can do too, challenge yourself, right? Challenge yourself. Get a list of motivated sellers. You can find them a lead source system. Make sure you get at least 300 or more to call from. Okay, get them skip trace so you have your phone number and email to connect with them. Create the script, and it doesn't have to, you don't have to read it verbatim. It just needs to sound like you because you're human, not a robot, not a script. Okay, so make some bullet points that you want to say, and then the more time you get on the phone and do it, the easier it is. The script just comes out naturally. So you'll have a natural way of presenting it after you've read it a few times. And then the third thing is please be consistent. Okay, choose a time of the week that you're actually making these calls in your spare time. Maybe you do it on a Saturday, maybe you do it in the evening when you're home from work, or if you're home during the day, maybe you do it while the kids are asleep, or you have a certain time during the day that is very quiet where you can make some phone calls and leverage your time with systems. So again, if you have any questions, go ahead and type them in the chat, and we'll circle back around. Christine will be looking for you. And if there's a specific training that you're looking to have, go ahead and type that in the comments as well. Let me know you got value and whatever questions you have, and we'll circle back with you. I hope you're having a beautiful day, and we'll see you next week. Have a good one. Bye.